1 second. Testing 1, 2, 3. There we go. Boy, tell you what.
Technical difficulties.
All right, testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me now? Testing 1, 2, 3. Can anybody hear?
Come. So, yep, we come to loud and clear.
Okay, that's right.
There you go. Yep.
Testing.
And like, hurry up, nigga. We got stuff we gotta do. You gotta get on your on the PlayStation. All right, no sweat.
I don't hear this mic.
All right, so let me that mic you got, right? Y'all got the mic, everything cool? All right, let me start it off again. All right, so this is the Isupk, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West Harlem, New York, under Command Junior Hona. We just since 1969 we've been bringing out this truth to our brothers and sisters so that they could come out the world and do something with your life, right? We got free classes here. They're available for brothers and sisters to come in. And if you need transportation, then we can arrange that too. So really, it's no excuse why you can't be here. Right. It's really you just haven't committed yourself to doing something that's going to change your life in a positive direction. A lot of people sit on the sideline and they just, they just want to. You know how many people just call?
Right.
I'm tired of that. Just calling. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want you to call. I want you to come to class.
That's right.
Right? Man, I tell you, man, it was this. I forgot, and for some reason, we seem to attract. like this one dude was like, yeah, man, because see, I got $1 billion, and and Obama, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, man. We got. I don't know why the hell I keep answering this damn phone, but yeah, for some reason that's what we seem to attract.
Right.
All right, so we're gonna get into it, man. I know everybody. Y'all heard about that shooting?
Yeah. Which one?
In Jacksonville. The one in Jacksonville. The shooter, he went into a damn Dollar Tree.
Dollar General.
Yeah, he went into the Dollar. Yeah, and killed 3 people.
You already know what the next question is.
Yeah.
Right.
And they saw him in the parking lot putting on the body armor.
Oh,
It
shit.
was a Negro?
White guy.
Oh, no, but we got to ask now.
Right. Well, yeah, because
We've done the impression so much, we don't even know who it is, black or white now. Go ahead.
You definitely do got to
Oh,
ask.
you got to talk to the mic.
They seen them putting on the things on? That shit working crazy.
It's not working. I don't think this mic is on.
It's on.
It's on.
Yeah.
It's like it. Oh, shit. Yeah, you definitely do got to ask because last week they had a shooting at the Redners, right up the street from my crib. You know what I mean? Bull walked up in there and shot one of the dudes that worked there.
Oh yeah.
And they said it was probably over some disagreement. The bull probably said something to him, but he didn't like it, like one of the register bulls, and he went up in there and shot him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
My son called me. It was like, man, they just sent us all in the school because it's an active shooter. I was like, wait, at the school? And he was like, no, at Redmond. I was like, oh.
Damn, that's wild, man.
Yeah, that's great.
Like, let me, and get me that scripture. I want it, man, real quick. You know which one I wanted. The one where it was where it says that they hunt our steps. But then I also wanted you to give me that Isaiah 50. No, wait a minute. Which one I want? The one where it says, not the leaders of this people, but the one where they love the leaders of this people. Not the leaders of the people who cause in the air, but the one where they can't bark.
Oh, kind of.
Yeah, let me get that one. All right, yeah, let me get that one.
All right, you want to start there, or start at the 100 steps?
Yeah, go ahead. Go to the 100 steps.
All right, this is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
They hunt our steps
Mm-hmm.
that we cannot go in our streets.
That's right, man. Like you can't even go to the damn dollar store. And you know what? Okay. It's the leaders of the people that's not putting them in the right mind state to be aware of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because okay, I walk in the Dollar Tree, they'll look at me like, look at this nigga here, right? I got a little height on me. You know, they'll look at us like we come in. You know how like we go in stores, you know, as Israelites, we go in the store with our, you know, studs on and, you know, boots and all that kind of stuff. They'll look at us like we about to come and start some trouble, but they won't. You know, they'll totally watch us going through the store and not the dude with the khakis. You know what I mean? And the ran down the khakis and the ran down Reeboks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They won't watch him. Go ahead.
It's like if I made like on Black Watch last night, Commander during the honor show, he was saying how originally he went to a HBCU and they did the profiling and they called, they like, oh, this guy don't look right, so they alerted the security, and they ran him off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he went into the Dollar General.
Wow. You know, and that's horrible, man. So my condolences definitely go out to that family because I think one of the victims was like 19, young man. They didn't get a chance to even do nothing.
That's great.
So it was one family or different people? So that was
Different people. You know, and read that one more time. Mm-hmm.
If I could, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's crazy about that is, of course, Christianity is not going to say, hey man, we have a problem here. Maybe we was wrong. Maybe we need to start watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we need to start looking at them. The Christian pastor literally is going to tell you that you got to love them.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a debate with Pastor Sam and Captain Cesare Arkin. He said, well, so are we supposed to love them? He said, yes. So he was like, the people, what happened in Alabama was those black people supposed to love those white people. And this nigga said, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
You know, and remember this. Remember, I think I said it too. Captain Cahan said it too. Is this? Remember, everybody was so happy about the damn, you know, the pier, right? What happened in Alabama, but watch for the recoil.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was going to be a recoil back. You think that, you know, these white folks who sitting on the oppressor who's sitting on the damn computer and he got to see everybody with a chair.
Right.
You know, everybody, you know, basking in the wind. But you got to remember, you got to remember that there's a recoil that comes with all of this, and you have to be prepared too. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people probably think like, yeah, they took that L and they just gonna have to sit with it. And that oppressor is sitting there watching that. He watching everybody with a chair, everybody acting it out, everybody doing wrestling moves and bringing out the chair skits and everything like that. It's a wonderful thing. It's funny, great. It's funny, but just remember the recoil is coming back.
Damn right.
All right, go ahead and talk about.
We're gonna make it to where it ain't funny.
Yeah,
you know, because we have a funny thing of doing is forgetting. We have a funny way of forgetting stuff in like a week, 2 weeks. And when we forget, oh yeah, we had that win. Oh, well, maybe it might be a little longer this time because you know everybody making their skits and it's funny.
Yeah.
But when it's all over, said and done, and we forget, then it's gonna be like,
boom! A oppressor walks in the Dollar General and kills 3 black people, and is racially motivated because they checked his gun and they got swastika sticks all over.
Right, and who's to say that it's not retaliation for what he's seen in Alabama?
Damn right.
And that's what we have to, and that's why, you know, this so-called leadership, they don't prepare black people or Hispanics or, you know, Native Indians for what's actually really going on in the world that you are actually living in.
Right.
They don't prepare us for those things. So they make us, you know, like the scriptures say, meat for every beast of the field.
Right.
Go ahead. Read that one more time, please.
It's the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 18.
Uh-huh.
They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets.
Mm-hmm.
Our end is near.
Mm-hmm.
Our days are fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
For our end is come.
That's right, man. That's how we feel every single day. Every day our day has come. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we never get a chance to just relax. But it's the working of the Lord too. Right. You know, we associate the Lord with money, a new house, a new car, winning the lottery.
Right.
Right? We associate the Lord with that, but we don't associate the Lord with, you know, the things that happen that are bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the Lord doing those things and showing us this racism is only supposed to make us come together.
That's right.
Because Black people don't move into action unless we're provoked. That's why when we be at camp, we got a big sign of abortion, of how an abortion looks. We have a big sign of people hanging from trees. We got a big sign that says we are not African. So the person that's just trying to go to the store to get some toilet paper, he gets shocked into action, in a sense. Go ahead.
Like it's sad to say, but we are reactive people.
Mm-hmm.
Like we are not proactive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? We're not just like, you know what, let me just do right because it just makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're gonna have to wait until the oppressor really reveals himself and shows how evil he is, and then we'll start saying, you know what, this dude is evil, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's still not going. It's going to have to actually happen to us because, you know, our people are going to be like, well, it ain't happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening to them. It ain't happened to me yet. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So unfortunately, we are reactive people. We got to get hit before we actually say. a lot of our men got to get sick before they go see a doctor.
Like the scripture
You know
says, it says that day shall not happen unless there be a falling away first,
right?
And the son of perdition be revealed. We can't get to that level until we fall away from the oppressor first.
Right.
We can't keep trying to figure out a way to love them all day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because this type of stuff happens just to reassure you that the racism has never went anywhere and that you are in a war that we don't even think that we're in. We think that what do we think? We thought that nothing gonna happen behind what happened. You think that those racist people that are down in Alabama ain't having meetings about what's going on? Every time their grandma, that old lady has to turn on the TV and see somebody doing a damn a cheer challenge. Everybody got a cheer. You know, I'm not talking about us in the truth because, you know, we always been on it. I'm talking about the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People in the world just having a great time, just gloating in the wind.
Right.
And now you got to see that for every action, there's what? A reaction. Go ahead. What was you saying? You ever want to say something? Oh, okay. No. You good? All right. No sweat. All right. But also we gotta watch out for these leaders too. That was it, right? Let me get. All right. Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 56 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
His watchmen are blind.
Uh-huh.
They are all ignorant.
That's the watchmen or the leadership that's supposed to be over Israel. You know, like a watchman is somebody that you would have up on a wall.
Right.
You know, if the city was a walled city, you had walls around the damn city. The watchman that's up there, he's supposed to watch out for danger or alert the people of the impending thing that's going to happen. If you're being raided or some people are trying to come and trying to conquer the city or whatever, you would have the watchman out there that could see for miles, and they would be able to warn the people about the danger that was coming.
Right.
Keep reading. Read it one more time from the top.
His watchmen are blind. Mm-hmm. They are all ignorant.
So the watchmen that are up there, that's supposed to take care of the nation and look out for the nation, they're blind because they can't even see what's going on. Right? They can't see what's going on. Christianity is, I'm not even saying it like it's brainwashing. No, it's indoctrination. Like on the highest level. Like that's the one thing that the oppressor perfected. He perfected the craft of how you can put a people in captivity and then make them love you in that captivity. Now that's something that's special right there, brother. Right. That's something that has never been achieved before. That right there is, that's something amazing right there. To have people in captivity and then they still love you after they've been through everything they've been through. We put our hope in the oppressor. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I got you 1 second. It's like, like when the voting season come around, you know what I'm saying? Like we had like the Black Panther Party. We had like those groups that were there to help the community and different things like that. And the oppressor just killed them all. or threw him in prison, killed him or threw him in prison, right? And then now they say, okay, the way your path to revolution, the path to get you right is just to go and vote for the candidate that best suits you for what you want. So now we don't look to our own people to say, okay, what do the Black Panther Party want? You know what I mean? What does the ISUPK want? What should we do? Instead of going to the grassroots organizations that are actually out on the streets trying to affect some sort of change, we don't look at that. We look at how can Joe Biden fix Black people? You get my point? And it's detrimental to every part of what's that word I'm looking for? Every part of progress that we could ever make, because we don't look to our own for the solutions to our problems. We look to the oppressor. You had want to say something? I think we're talking about.
I was about to say it's so bad that we literally are. We've been created a doctrine to save the oppressor.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like this whole Gentile and all that kind of stuff, man. This is a doctrine that Black people created to save white people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because they always been telling you that they were the children of God anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They've always been telling you. But what we do is we try to go and try to figure out ways to say Gentile this, Gentile that. Is crazy, man. We literally search the scriptures to create a new doctrine to save them.
Mm-hmm. And who told us that we had to? The Bible didn't tell us that we had to be the brotherhood of the world nation. The Lord didn't tell us to do that. The Lord didn't say, "Hey, y'all gonna be the brotherhood of earth."
Right.
The Lord never told us to do that. In fact, the Lord told us to be holy. Go ahead, Azar.
So I think it's because of because of the slave mentality that we had. We still in fear. Like the people that we know now. Okay, all right. Well, maybe he's not white. Maybe all that other type stuff. But when it comes down to it, it's just like, well, he could be.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to keep this narrative going that it doesn't matter. We're going to have the same spirit that they have, and forgiving us, we supposed to be forgiving them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's I think it's more of a fear thing. They don't have the heart to be like us in the ISUPK to say that, you know what I mean, the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
And right, and remember I learned this from General Mayak when I first came into school. Black people can't forgive the oppressor. No. Because you don't have the power to punish them in any kind of way. So what are you talking about? You can't punish somebody that you don't have the power to punish. Right. Now, your kid, if they come home from school and the teacher call you and say, hey, Cam was acting up today, you can forgive Cam and not put him on punishment, but he can't forgive you for not putting him on punishment, right? It doesn't work that way. It works. Forgiveness works with the person who has the power to give you the forgiveness, right? And like even with Black people, we have the power to punish each other. So we have to forgive each other so that we can move on and come together as brothers and sisters.
Right.
But you can't forgive the oppressor because there's nothing that you could do to punish him. Right? The only thing that you could do is say, I forgive you. And that's like empty. The word forgiveness is strong to Black people, but just to Black people, it's like a word that we throw out because it's like Christianity 101.
Right.
Yeah, because they don't read the Bible, neither does the pastor either. Because I don't know what the hell he's reading.
Right.
I don't know what he's reading. Like they talking about Christ coming back, like Christ is coming down here to eat cookies with everybody.
Yeah.
That's not what the Bible says.
Right.
The Bible says, I came not to bring peace, but a sword. It says, them that do not, I'm paraphrasing, them that do not want to follow me, bring them hither and slay them before me.
Yeah.
That's what Christ said. He didn't say he's coming back for, a luau.
Right.
What do they think is going, like, are they reading the Bible or not?
No, they not.
No.
They not.
I think Matthias probably had something to say over there.
Just to add on to your point where, all Christians, they're like the strangers, the foreigners, the aliens. And then you just got to read them the scriptures where it says, look, this is the fate of the strangers, man. They're going to be filling up thy walls. And bringing the forces of the Gentiles.
But the Lord, man, I tell you, the Most High, the Lord put so many stumbling blocks.
Yeah.
He put stumbling blocks to so many people that really veers off, so many people veers off billions of people, into not actually getting to the truth. And so many of our people they just got caught in that stumbling block and they'll never ever get out of that stumbling block.
Damn.
because because you're so indoctrinated into what you feel should be right.
Right.
And remember, the scriptures say, "It's not of him that willeth or him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy." So it doesn't matter what you think should happen, because you're a person that'll just forgive anybody for doing anything to you, right? You won't stand up and do anything because you're just too damn weak, right? All right, so let me go real quick. Let me get young man Jay, UPK. All right, checking in from Los Angeles. Yaquar always in the building. The property in red, well, Priest Officer Rawam. All right. Yaquar is out, always in the building. The king of DR. You know what I'm saying? Ambi Ams. Officer Malaki is red. All right, checking in. Trooper Kazak. Trooper Nahalia. Tamira Hunter, or that could be Tamira Hunter, one of the two. Dallas, Texas. Melanie Taylor checking in from Pittsburgh. Let me see. Gerald Jamil Wright. All right, checking in from Houston. Distinguished name, right? Sherrod Yaquar checking in from Shreveport. What you say?
He said write his name in cursive.
All right. Let me see. Kanad checking in. Trooper Kazak. Jayla Brown checking in from Shreveport. Shapala in the building.
Hey.
All right, Shapala. This is okay. And checking in from KC, Makwadash. Shalom, sis. Let me see. Who else is in here? Taja Rice checking in from Louisville. That's not Louisville. Louisville. All right. Terry Turner.
Right.
Ricardo Ibarra Sanchez. All right, that sounds like a name where you got the family honor. You got to keep the honor of the family.
You got to roll the R's.
David Bruce Kazakwana checking in from OKC. Christina Sanchez. Let me see. Priest and Officer of War checking in from the Poconos.
That's right.
Trooper Kawanyad. Shalom to you. Tamika Shanta. Princess Tiara. Princess Kaya. Makaya. Shalom to you, sis. Talia, Yanni, Yasser Allah, distinguished name. All right. And Princess Aitara checking in from Louisiana. All right. So do me a favor, everybody, that I gave a shout out to. Do me a quick favor and go ahead and share the class.
Right.
Get it out to the people, man, so that we can get more people that will come into the class. All right. All right. No sweat. So the leader, keep reading that leader joint.
Come on.
Let them know where you at.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 56 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
His watchmen are blind.
Mm-hmm.
They are all ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
They are all dumb dogs.
What kind of dogs?
Dumb dogs.
They Dachshunds.
Dumb dogs.
German Shepherds.
Dumb dogs.
What are they called? Wiener dogs.
Dumb dogs.
Right. Keep going.
They cannot bark.
Right. When a dog can't bark, it's no use to you. Right. You might as well get a cat.
Right.
The cat, you know what I mean? We know that clearly the cat is not going to bark.
Right.
But, you know, the cat will catch a mouse or two. Right? They have a job to do and they do it well.
Right.
But if you have a dog and he can't warn you of danger of somebody trying to break in the crib, then the dog is useless to you.
Right.
That's how our leaders are. They're useless to us. They're empty suits. They're just people that sit around Donald Trump. They're just people that, you know, try to get, you know, the next president elected, right? Because they was all around. Mataza Prab brought it out. What's his name? Mark Burns, Daryl Scott. What's that other one from Baltimore? Jamal Bryant. Jamal Bryant. Hey, when Donald Trump got in office, they was all around him. Why? Because they thought they was going to get some money. They just knew that they was going to get some bread. But if they were going to get the bread, would they even do the right thing with it?
Hell no.
Absolutely not. Go ahead, Mataza Bob.
Man, I seen Jamal Bryant, man. I seen Jamal Bryant recently. I don't know how recent it was, but I just seen a video where he's in a church ran by a homosexual pastor, and he's in there and he's talking real, so I barely can hear what the hell he was saying, you know? Mm-hmm. And he's telling him that the gay church or whatever has been neglected, and that we need to have this conversation with these people. Like, this dude is crazy.
America is nasty. You know, America, like the scripture said, man, America is that virgin daughter. You know, the reason why America is like this is because the Lord is saving this honor and distinguished, you know, ability to Himself. Like, He don't want none of us to take revenge on America.
Right.
Don't do nothing. All you gotta do is come to class and put the pork down.
Right.
All you gotta do is just get past the point of having to celebrate your birthday.
Right.
Like, come on now, it's getting old now. It's old now. Like, how many times you gonna rent the section out?
Good night.
You gonna pay $3,000 on the section, right? Every year. Every year you gonna do it? Cats be putting little cone hats on their head. Yeah. Come on, man. When we gonna grow up? I remember my mom, when she wasn't in the truth, I used to like, Mom, you ain't gonna celebrate your birthday? She'd be like, oh, it's just another day. Even in the world, my mom was like that. But when are we gonna be able to get some financial freedom by not taking part in these holidays that keep you perpetually in the lower class? Right? You like how much of them stinking cheers, them throne cheers cost?
Good night.
$1.50 an hour, so that you can sit up there and everybody can look at you in the club. Come on, man. $3,000 for the section, right? It makes no sense. It's just pointless, right? You could take that $3,000 and, you know, move towards something. Right. You know, get that roof fixed. the one that keep leaking. Get that fixed, right? Or how about them pipes in the kitchen? Right. You know it's leaking, but you got a bucket under there to catch the water. Use that $3,000 and go ahead and get you a new pipe from Home Depot. Right. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you what to do with your money, but maybe that might be the best thing to do. Right. You know that door can't shut unless you lift it up. Your check engine light been on for 5 months. I'm not telling you what to do. Just, you know, maybe you could do something better with the money. That's all I'm saying. All right, no sweat. Was there any more on it? Let's get it.
It's a lot again. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark. Sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber.
Right, sleeping, man. Look, they always sleep. Look, they didn't tell black people to watch out for what's going on. Right. You're supposed to racially profile. Black people should be doing that right now. Right. If I walk into a restaurant, I'm not looking at the brother in there. I'm looking at, you know, Bob.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at, you know, Karen. I'm looking at her because, you know, it could potentially pop off. You know, you know, you got to be vigilant when you go into these stores now. Right. You know, with these, you know, Amazon about to take off. Yeah. Because these brick and mortar stores about to be done. Yeah. Because ain't nobody trying to be going to no store and getting shot up at a damn dollar store. You know, the dollar store is specifically targeted because it's people with low money that don't really have a lot of money. So most of the dollar stores you're going to really find, well, maybe depending on where it's at, you'll mostly find like Black and Hispanic people in there. Go ahead.
Comic-Con, man, shoot, they got it now, man. You get your groceries and stuff delivered anyway.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is the joint, the Buffalo shooter. You know what I mean? The dude that was sitting out front, that's always sitting out front. He saw the ball. Was it the day before? Mm-hmm. And he knew that something was weird about him, and he talked to him. You know what I'm saying? But because of how we are, and he's just so loving. You know what I mean? We ain't say, hey, man, don't come back around here, man. You go suspicious. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it was a video just the other day. Somebody in a white neighborhood had called the cops on a black boy that's just walking around the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And he said he looked suspicious. Mm-hmm. See, they'll call on us, but we won't call on them. Right. You know what I mean? They come in our neighborhoods, they buy up the drugs, they do all types of crazy stuff.
Right, because we don't have enough group cohesion. Right. We are just, we have a bad problem with individualism. Right. And we just don't care because it's just all about you and your family. Right. What about me and mine? You know, that matters too, don't it? And that's how it should be amongst our people. We should be able to see that and say, you know what? This right here is an issue for you being around here. So somebody should have went and said, well, what's up? You all right? See, you stopped. Is everything all right? You know, you having car trouble? Let me check you out. You know what I mean? But then it's like we don't see those things, and Those shooters are cowards.
Yep.
They're cowards because why don't you go into the hood with that?
Right.
If it's black people that you hate, and you like, well, and he killed himself anyway, then why don't you just go all the way out?
Yeah.
Why don't you go into, you know,
Chirac.
yeah, why don't you go into a neighborhood that's really about that life?
Right.
And see if you make it out of there.
Right.
But they don't want to do that. They want to go after kids, you know, old women and babies.
Right.
You know, go ahead and talk about.
So like, and if I may, that it's spiritual. You gotta walk with me with this one. But that's how you can prove like who Amalek and Esau is, because that's what they would do. And they would go and try to kill the kids, the women,
The people that are there, the
people
feeble.
in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you ain't trying to go and get the warriors. You trying to go and pick off the easy, you know. Right?
Yeah, people that's gonna give you that work.
You know, people that ain't really vigilant. You know, they're not really paying attention. They, you know,
Them young
They
niggas,
living
they'll
every day
give you the work. Them young niggas got ruler clips. You know what I mean? Clip this damn long coming out the bottom of the gun. They'll give you that work. You just go head up there. But he like, I don't want to do that. Because even when you a shooter, a mass shooter, you still a punk. Still a punk, man. All right, no sweat. Let's talk about some of these fools, man, that we follow, man. Let me get Ecclesiastes, the 10th chapter. Which one I want? Ecclesiastes, the 10th chapter. Hold on. Ecclesiastes 10 and let me go to 12.
Come. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious.
Right. Those are things that, you know, that they would, you know, because this is a wise man here. So, you know, like Commander General Yana, he always taught us, you know, to you know, be vigilant. You know what I'm saying? Like he always taught us how to take care of ourselves and our families. You know what I mean? Like he taught us, he put us in a position to be vigilant as well. You know, when you get raised up in the school, it's like you automatically have that light turned on where you like, you know, I don't see the world from the perspective that everybody else see the world from. So I'm looking at who you wouldn't typically look at. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at that, you know, so I won't get shut down. I'm looking at that I'm looking at Ammon and Moab, right, and Esau. I'm looking at them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at the brothers, you know what I mean, who I'm around. Now, I still look at them too, a little bit, right? But that's just to be, you know, not stupid, right? He gave us, we were able to see it, but he didn't tell us to be stupid, right? So you wanna still, you know, there's a lot of crazy, you know, niggas out there that follow after the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta watch out for them too. But what you want to do is you want to maintain your focus on the people that are your enemies, right? Which are these other nations. Keep reading.
But the lips of a fool will swallow up himself.
And that's what we follow. We follow fools who don't teach us anything, and this type of thing happens. We follow fools that don't want to, that are not interested in military. You know what I'm saying? The things that would mobilize us and keep us safe. We're not interested in, we follow fools that are not interested in keeping us safe, right? Now the oppressor comes in and kill us, and then who we run to for help?
The fools that don't.
Who's telling us to go where? Back to the oppressor. That's what it is. It's a foolish cycle. And because of that, we die in the process. All right? Keep reading. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
That need hearing, huh? Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 13. The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness, and the end of his talk is mischievous madness.
Right, because because at the end of the day, you know, they're never going to put us in a position to win. It's always a position to lose. Who wants to lose all the damn time?
Right.
You know, it's like you put everybody in the position to lose because you're afraid of winning, because you think that if we all won, that you will lose your seat wherever you're at, or you're afraid of the oppressor and the backlash that will come from you actually teaching people what they're supposed to do. Right? So they just keep us in a perpetual cycle of just being stupid. Right? Keep going.
And the end of his talk, a fool also is full of words.
Mm-hmm.
A man cannot tell what shall be and what shall be after him.
Mm-hmm.
Who can tell him?
Say that one more time. That was heavy. Say that one more time. Read that.
A fool also is full of words.
Uh-huh.
A man cannot tell what shall be.
Right. What's going to be, the future of what's going to happen. Keep going.
And what shall be after him.
Uh-huh.
Who can tell him?
Right. Meaning that you ain't got no answers. you ain't got no answers. You know, niggas come up to camp all day.
Right.
They come up to camp like, yeah, well, don't bring out not one scripture.
No.
Not one scripture. You just talking. And then we say, okay, well, what's the answer? They be like, well, y'all dressed like Mortal Kombat. Y'all frauds.
Right.
Like, well, okay, what's the answer?
Tell me the answer.
You're right. And they don't have no answer. They're foolish people, and that's what we follow. Go ahead.
They love to hear themselves talk.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was. I remember Mataza Pod when he was in Jersey, and them three girls came up.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to talk, and it was just like, all right, so what's the solution? I don't really.
She just wanted to be God.
We just
worship.
Yeah, that's it. She just wanted to be God. You know what I mean? And that's how a lot of these pastors are. They just love to hear themselves speak. They get into church because they want to speak. They want people to listen to them and see them as righteous.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to actually doing something and for us to, what are we going to do about these days and what are we going to do when Christ returns? It's like they don't have no answer.
Remember we went out there to Trenton. She was like, I remember they was talking about us because we were standing there, but they were trying not to address us like straight.
Directly.
And she was like, we don't need to be hating, those kind of people.
Right.
We don't need to be hating them. You know what we should do? We should forgive and forget.
Yeah.
I said, damn.
Yeah, she said it hard.
She put emphasis on forgive and forget. Go ahead.
And that's what forgiveness is to them. Forgetting. It's all about forgetting. That's why they can be okay with what's going on in these schools and them not bringing out the history of slavery.
Right.
Because it's not about forgiving, it's about forgetting.
You're right.
That's it.
Right, absolutely. All right, let's keep reading. Let's read some more on it.
Come. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and verse 15.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, that's 15, yep.
Come. The labor of the foolish weareth every one of them. Wearieth every one of them.
Why?
The labor of the foolish wearieth every one of them.
Yeah, why?
That's good.
Who's the them?
The foolish.
No.
Oh, us.
Yes.
Come.
I'll give you this example. Like, we be out in the street. It's like, I can't. This nigga's a fool. That's why. That's why I don't hang out with new niggas.
Right.
Right? You come into the school, you're a young man. I'm not hanging out with you because you're a fool. You're a fool. You're a fool. And you're going to weary me because I don't know what the hell you're going to do if we go out.
Right.
I don't want to hang out with you. You're going to have to prove, get a little bit more rank.
Right.
Right before I start hanging out. Because I don't know what you're willing to do.
Right.
Or how you going to get me jammed up in something. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to go have a beer. I'm not trying to be, down in central booking. Right? So it said the what? Let's read it one more time. It says the labor, like the things that they do of the what?
The labor of the foolish wearieth every one of them.
Uh-huh.
Because he knoweth not how to go to the city.
What does that mean? Give it to me black.
He don't know how to act.
No, but give me what I need though. He don't know how to.
He don't know how to act in public.
No, he don't know how to.
Chill.
No, he don't know how to. What do you do when you loading up your U-Haul? You're trying to move.
All right, come.
He doesn't know how to move in the city. He don't. You know what I'm saying? And these are the people that we follow.
Right.
People that don't know how to move. People that don't know that don't have the proper brain power to put us in a safe position where we can watch out for ourselves.
Right.
This is who we vote for. We vote for people exactly like this. People that don't know how to move, people that, tell you, oh man, it's cool, man, just go ahead on out. Then when the devil get us, then it's like, oh man, we got to do something about this. And this is why you got to watch who you're around, watch who you put your trust in, right? All of those things. Keep reading. I'm gonna read a little bit more on it.
Come. This is a book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, and verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning.
Break it down.
When thy king is a child, so the king is foolish,
right? You
young
got that part.
minded. Doesn't. All right, and then
watch who you following.
Right. Come.
Like watch who you following. Right. Keep reading.
And thy princes eat in the morning. Princes eat in the morning. That's not like not morning like sadness. Is that morning? Like
no.
is morning? Princes eat in the morning.
Like princes eat in the morning. You're crazy.
I like you. But you're crazy. Princes eat in the morning.
All right, read the next verse.
All right, come. Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles, and thy princes eat in the due season, for strength and not for drunkenness.
Okay, so let's go back up to 16.
All right, come. So, woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child.
So remember, woe is destruction.
Come.
Destruction comes to the land,
right?
When the people that's over you are children,
right?
Right. Keep reading.
And thy princes eat in the morning. So that's like eating before it's time to eat.
You right there. You right there. You right there. It's like they're eating because they're eating because
greed.
Yes, because they're worried about their self,
right,
and not getting to work,
right,
and doing the right thing for the people that they're over.
Supposed to,
right?
Just like
they're worried about their self.
If I may, sir. So that's like the individualism of the Christian church. How we could sit here and be like, "Well, I'm good. I'm living good. You might not be living good. That means the Lord ain't with you, but the Lord is supposed to be with all of us."
And then who are the princes?
Is like our leaders, the rich.
No.
The princes?
The princes are the people that's coming up after them, after the king.
Okay, come on.
They're following in the king's footsteps.
Come on.
So the people that follow him end up being the same way as the king.
Come.
Get my point? They worry about their self. They put their self before the actual work that it takes to be in charge.
So
go ahead.
So if the king is acting like a child, they following him.
And what's going to be?
If the king was under nobles, then they would follow him and always care about the people.
Yes.
And it would continue to be a continuous thing.
Yes!
Right.
Yes! Go ahead.
Sorry. I mean, like put it like in modern terms, like I would be saying sometimes in my slavery, I'd be like, damn, who raised these young kids?
Yeah.
Right.
Who's y'all old here? Who taught y'all this
yeah,
stuff? Who taught y'all this stuff?
Right.
Where y'all learn this from?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they emulating the older people that taught them a bunch of foolishness.
Yeah.
And it's just passing down from generation to generation, and it's getting worse and worse.
Absolutely. There you go, man. I'll give you a hand.
That's right.
Give you a hand. Yeah. So
That was good.
All right, no sweat. All right, so we could drop that. I think that was good. Was there any more on it?
16.
Was there any more? No. Move on.
Well, there was something left in that verse.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's like it. No, we did. We good.
Okay, no sweat. Let me get I don't know why I wanted to go here, but let me get Ecclesiastes 33 and 27. This is good because, this is for the brothers and sisters that be on the sideline and not, wanting to come in and get this understanding. Let me see, Ecclesiastes 33 and 27. me see. Let me get there. Ecclesiasticus. 33
I like that.
and 27. All right, you got it.
Wakanda is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33 and verse 27. Send him to labor, that he be not idle.
That's for the brothers and the sisters in here, man. You know, go and do some work.
Right.
You know, because when you're idle, those things come into your brain, things that, you know, are not becoming of what the Lord would want you to do. Or, you know what I'm saying? So because you're so idle, you're just not, you're not focused on anything. Like I know for me, I have to stay working. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not idle. Go ahead, Matazza Pa.
I was about to say it's just like a muscle or anything else that you don't use. If it's idle, it just becomes weak.
You're right.
You know, it's just something that's unusable.
Right.
And that's how a brother can become the truth. You just sit there so long that you just find a reason to fall out.
Yeah, because it's like, hey, look.
Or become content.
Yeah, you be like, you come to class, you be like, damn, what's up, man? What's going on, Doc? He like, yeah, man, so, I'm going to jump right back in it, man. I was going to come and, I was going to have my rib cooked. And be like, yo, man, it's been like 3 years.
Right.
You're like, no, it haven't been 3 years because when I left, it was hot. It was hot. It was hot when I left. And now it's cold, right? You like, yeah, but it's been 3 years. They're like, what time is it? what day is it? You don't even know. 3 years then went by.
I'm about to start school next semester.
I'm about to start school next semester. It was hot when I left, right? You don't know because you so much time on it because you're so idle.
Right.
You end up going back into the world and you're not even ready for it.
Right.
I seen a brother, you know what I'm saying? He was at the barbecue. And I said, damn, where you been at? He was like, oh man, like, yeah. But that brother, it's been like about 2-3 years. Wow. Everybody in the school is captains now. Like, God damn, where the hell you been at? Right. Like, brothers who were troopers when you left is 5,000 now.
Right.
And that comes from your idleness, man. You know what I mean? You got to figure out something that's going to keep you grounded. You know what I mean? Like when you see barbecues and stuff coming up, or you see ways that you can get into something to, stick around, then you need to do it. What the hell are you doing anyway?
Right.
For what? What do you have that you're doing? Nothing. Go ahead.
Well, the scripture just said it. You being idle.
Right. You just don't have nothing. So then Satan comes in your mind because you're not occupied with anything.
Right.
Right? You're not going to camp. You're not coming to class. Right? You're sitting around. You're not coming to class. I mean, who are you trying to fool? Right? You're not coming, right? Can you come? Yes. Do you slavery every day? Absolutely. Absolutely. You make sure you go to that slavery every single day. But can you come to class for 2 hours? Nah, I can't. See, man, look, look, man. My dog ate my Bible. I know you don't believe me. Look, I know you don't believe me. But it's true. It's like, all right, yeah, no sweat, man,
He ate the Old Testament too.
Yeah, he ate both testaments. He ate both the testaments, and that's
That's crazy.
He ate both of them. You ain't got no testaments.
Zero.
And that's what happens when you go idle. You know what I'm saying? You start to figure these things out. Look. You start figuring out things that you can do not to be here. You know what I mean? Commander Junior Hana, like when I see like Commander Junior Hana, it's like, you know what I mean? Even still to this day, I be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Commander Junior, like, he come up to me, he talk, you know what I'm saying? And like, it's like I still feel like humbled whenever I talk to Commander Junior Hana. Like he comes up to me, he came up to me the other day, he's like, so, how's everything going? How's everything going down in Delaware? I'm like, yeah, it's good. I can't look him in the face. Damn. It's because, Commander Junior Hana just, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I look at him like, he's the leader. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I still to this day just get nervous sometimes when I'm around him. You know what I'm saying? And that's because, you know, because he's such a good leader. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like you can just feel the power that's coming off of him. Mm-hmm. So it's like when I get around him, it's like, you know, it's like the scriptures say, you know, I try not to really talk too much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how the scriptures say, it says keep your mouth, like keep thy something.
Keep that foot.
Yeah, when you're amongst great men or something like that. It's like I don't want to be the brother that, oh, hey, man, Joey, what's going on, baby? You know what I mean? Nah, I'm like,
come on, concert.
Yeah, look, you tell me something, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? I'm here to take orders. I'm not here to push my opinion or nothing. I'm just here to. You want me to talk? If you give me permission to talk, I'll talk. Right. But other than that, I'm not that. And like the scriptures say, anybody know where that's at? Where it says, keep your peace in the presence of great men or something like that.
Sound like that's in their part.
Hold on, let me see. Presence. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Ecclesiasticus 32:9. Ecclesiasticus 32:9.
Come. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 32 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
If thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them.
Say that one more time.
If thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them.
Mm-hmm.
And when ancient men are in place, use not many words.
Say it one more time.
That's right.
And when ancient men are in place, use not many words.
Right. This means shut the damn mouth. You know what I mean? You don't gotta be over talking.
Right.
When you know, like when Commander Joey Hunter, the general's around, I just, you know what I mean? I just be quiet and I speak when I'm spoken to. You know what I mean? That's like the humility that I have because of the reverence that I have for those men. You know what I mean? I don't look at them like they my buddies. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at them like, we just some niggas hanging out to slavery. No. Even if I'm in the car with them and, you know what I mean, and we might be going somewhere or something like that, I don't look at them like, oh yeah, you just my homeboy at work. No. I always look at myself as beneath them. You know what I mean? And that's how I look at it.
Okay.
Right? Read it one more time.
That's the book of Ecclesiastes. It's like Ecclesiasticus, chapter 32. Shoot. Wait 1 second. What was that again?
Verse 9.
In verse 9. If thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them.
Mm-hmm.
And when ancient men are in place, use not many words.
That's right. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like when Commander Joey Hunter came up to me, he's like, "Yo, how's the camp doing?" You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell him, "Hey, yeah, it's doing like this." You know what I mean? He's like, "Yeah, well, did you hear about the, you know what I mean, the Jacksonville shooting and stuff like that?" You know what I mean? He'll, kind of go with the conversation, and then I just kind of go off of that. You know what I mean? And that's just how I move. If I'm in a room and it's, Captain Tazariak there, brothers like before me, Captain Kalazar, brothers like that, I'm the same way. You know what I mean? I'm not running my mouth every 2 seconds. I'm not doing that, none of that. You know what I mean? But if it's like an officer of 50, I'm running my mouth. I'm talking all day. Because I'm the great man.
I'm him.
Yeah, I'm him in that situation. Right? A trooper be like, God damn. I'm gonna talk all night. But when I get around, you know what I mean, men that are greater than myself, man, I'll make sure I just, hold my peace.
Sir. That's good info right there. Good info right there.
That's right. Michael Dodge said, make thy words few. That's right. Recall, hey, what's going on, sis? Shalom. Yahweh Shemala Thamba Shem Yahweh Shai. We got Poconos checking in. We got to get up there. She said we should have been came up there.
Yeah, right.
We just, procrastinating. But we definitely got to get up to the Poconos, man, and make something out of it. Okay. Let me get a couple more scriptures, then I'm going to go ahead and end it. What is it called? Let me see real quick. Let me get James chapter 4.
Come.
Let me see. James chapter 4. Which one did I want? I seen something in there. I seen earlier. Okay, so this is the scripture I wanted to bring out. It was more so, because when I thought about it too, like how they always say, how people always be like, oh, I'm praying for this or I'm praying for that. The shooter, when he went in there, they was the first thing people saying is we're praying for the people and all that kind of stuff. And you're praying for the people, but it just never seems to stop. Right, but I wanted to go into this. All right, James 4:2.
This is the book of James, chapter 4 and verse 2. Ye lust and have not.
Mm-hmm.
Ye kill and desire to have,
mm-hmm.
and cannot obtain.
Mm-hmm.
Ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not.
Meaning that you haven't got those things because you haven't prayed right for those things. Right? Go ahead, Matazba.
Instead of us like praying for the person, we always pray like you just said for the person after something happens versus praying to the Most High that He give us like discernment again to see to see it before it happens.
Mm-hmm.
To start recognizing who the enemy is. Right? Help me to understand that. Help me to see that, so I don't have to pray for the brother.
Right.
I can pray for the Edomite if he decides to come in here with that BS. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like pray that we understand what's going on beforehand,
mm-hmm.
so we can stop praying for people while they did.
Exactly. We got one more scripture that's going to bring it home.
Verse 3. Ye ask and receive not,
mm-hmm.
because you ask amiss. Oh, slack.
Mm-hmm. Meaning.
Yes, miss.
Because.
Is that like while this happened?
Like somebody look up a miss. Hold on, I got it right here.
Where you
definition of a miss?
Yeah, I got the blue letter.
Oh no, I don't have the blue letter.
No, I got it. Where you at again?
This is Ecclesiastes. I'm not slacking. James 4:3.
Not quite right. Inappropriate or out of place. Because what you're praying for is inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
What you're praying for is to win the lottery.
Right.
Right? You're not praying to actually have the discernment, like Matazabah said, to actually be able to see things and be able to see it clearly, to be able to recognize who your enemy is and how you can keep yourself safe. You're praying so that you're praying for your enemy.
Right.
You're praying that someday he has a heart.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? Someday he finally understands that Black Lives Matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Matazabah.
I didn't hear what you had said, but like with the actual definition.
And I said not quite right or inappropriate or out of place.
Yeah, improperly, wrongly.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they do.
You praying wrong. Like
the Bible just says you praying wrong.
You're praying wrong.
Go ahead.
So, if I may, it's been coming up recently, and even today, where I listen to Clubhouse a lot, and they was talking about how people love going to the blue letter to get their understanding, but they choose definitions that to fit their argument instead of choosing definitions that fit the context of the scripture.
Right.
And what you just brought out is dead on.
The Greek version of that word. Hey, look. See, y'all don't know etymology. See, if you take the etymology and then you match it up with the blue letter and then the Hebrew, you know what I mean? If you can get the understanding, brother.
Right. But they use this all wrong.
Hey, somebody gonna make a clip. Somebody gonna get you saying, yeah, then you add the Hebrew. They're gonna straight take it as look, this is what he teaches.
Yeah. That's exactly how they do. You don't take the etymology, brother.
That's how they be though.
You gotta-
See, if you take the Greek word, it means I love everybody.
Right.
See, that's what it says.
Right. So
That's the second definition under the definitions. Right. They'll go to the first definition and be like, oh, this is what it says, miserable. To be ill.
read 3 one more time from the top.
Yeah, don't even fit, you know.
Yeah, verse 3. Read 3 one more time from the top.
Come. This is the book of James, chapter 4, and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Ye ask and receive not,
Mm-hmm.
because ye ask amiss,
Mm-hmm.
that ye may consume it upon your lust.
That's what niggas is praying for.
Right.
Something that's going to fit your lust, and the
That's
Lord
right.
sees right through your prayer.
Right.
You're sitting there praying that, you know, you win the lottery.
For that job.
But the Lord is not going to give you the lottery. He's not going to let you win the lottery. Why? Because what we say?
You're going to forget about him afterwards.
Right. He knows that as soon as you win the lottery, you're going to do every lustful thing that's in your brain. Because you're going to have the money to be able to do it.
Right.
So him blocking you is actually what you need.
Right.
Right. That's why you're never going to win. That's why you can just take those tickets and then just throw them away.
Might as well.
You're spending a ton of money on scratch-offs. You know, we know what I realized about life? That you're not going to win your way to the top. You know how you're going to get to the top? You're going to have to work. That's how it goes. Work. You got to take work. You got to work. You got to take risk. You got to do all of that. And nothing is going to happen magically. Because guess what? When you think stuff is just going, something going to come along, it usually doesn't. So a lot of people at the slavery I work at that's been there for 40 years. 40 years, nothing happened in 40 years. That means you just stopped looking. You know, that fire went out a long time ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I still have aspirations in life. I still want to be an actor. Hey, I want to be in a movie. What the hell? Why can't I? Look, Tubi giving everybody a movie. Hey, we're talking about Tubi Tubi don't even cut. Like, stuff that go wrong on Tubi, they don't even cut it out. They just leave it in there because they ain't got no money, you know, for editing. Yeah, for editing. You see the dude that pulled the gun and fell?
That was hilarious.
They still, Captain Zarek shared it. They left it in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they said, we ain't got no money for that.
Keep going.
Just keep going, man. He was like, if you like it, you can have it. Pow, pow, pow. He ran and just fell. And there you go, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's you know, hey, look, man.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
And you know, just back to it, man. And that's why you don't get what you pray for.
Right.
You know, a lot of times because the Lord knows, like the scriptures say, He knows what you already want before you pray for it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, remember Solomon, he got riches because he didn't pray for it. Right. He prayed that he could be a good leader to the people. Right. You know what I mean? That he could be a righteous king and all of that. And the Lord was like, well, damn, he didn't pray for money and all that. All right, man, I'm going to make him the most, you know, wisest king. I'm going to make him the most richest king that ever lived. You know what I mean? Solomon was so rich, man. He had his cupbearers look like they, you know what I mean? They was
the shit, right?
Yeah, they looked like they was the king. Imagine that. The dude that's serving the king got diamonds in his teeth. Damn. Diamonds in his teeth, rings on his finger, you know, chains around his neck, and he's just like, he's the guy that serves the cup, like, to the king. And they're like, damn. You come in there like, well, which one of y'all is the king? You know what I mean? He be like, I am. You know what I mean? Like, oh, shit, wait. You know what I mean? But that just shows you how, you know what I mean, the Lord was able to imagine the people that's going to be around Christ when Christ returns. Like, them people that's going to be next to him. That's going to be crazy. Whoever that is just probably going to float. Right. They ain't going to walk. They just float wherever they go. All right. Read it one more time, and then we'll move on.
Come. This is the book of James, chapter 4, and verse 3. Ye ask and receive not, because you ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust.
That's right, man. We get Joshua. We don't never go to Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua. Nobody ever go to Philemon. I forgot that. Brothers be forgetting. That's even in there.
That's a little quick one right there.
Philemon. Let me get Joshua 24 and 15.
Okay. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 24 and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
choose you this day whom ye shall serve.
Mm-hmm.
Whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood.
Okay, right there. That's what we should be serving. What we what came from our fathers.
Right.
You know, we've been beat down so much in America. You know, I was talking today. It was a white guy there. It was like a couple other black people there. You know, and we were talking. You know what I mean? And I was telling the oppressor, man. I was like, look, you know, y'all had y'all time.
Right.
You know, y'all had y'all time ever since the Greek. He was like he didn't know none of this stuff. I'm like, yeah, y'all came into power under Alexander the Great,
right.
and y'all had 3 kingdoms. And then y'all kingdom is done. This is it. Like, I don't give a damn no more at my sleep. I'm at work. Saying what the hell ever at work now. I don't even care no more. Like, look, and you are going. I was like, and guess what? I said, y'all swords, y'all gonna beat them into sevels. They're gonna be like, well, we can make a shovel out of this. Because guess what? Guess who's up next? We are.
Forever, right?
Because think about it. We went into captivity under everybody who's ruled.
Mm-hmm.
The Egyptians, the Japanese, the Chinese.
Right.
We done been in captivity under the Syrians, the Persians, the Medes, the Greeks, the Romans. Everybody. We up next.
Yeah.
And I said, you know why you're going to not fight anymore? And he was like, the white guy was like, why? I said, for the same reason that we don't fight. It's because we got our ass whipped for century after century after century to the point where it's in our DNA.
Right.
You ever notice like a nigga could like shoot up a whole block? He'd be on like first 48 or something like that. He'd shoot the whole block up, and then as soon as the cop get up, pull him over, he'd be like, yeah, sir, I don't got nothing on me, sir. Sir, could you loosen up the cuffs? Sir, could you please loosen up the Come on, man, I don't want to go to jail.
Turning the kids.
Like, literally, I'm watching this new show. It's called, what's it called? Cop Cam. And they literally, it's from the dash cam. Remember I showed you?
Yeah,
I showed you from the dash cam. And it's like a whole show that they show the perspective of the dash cam. And you see a lot of black people that get pulled over and a lot of just different races of people that get pulled over. But more specific, I like to watch the black ones.
Right.
And I watch the black ones and I see where it goes at. And a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? And this is why, General Hyman, when I first came into school, he taught us how to deal with police. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of those situations that you see, I'm on the side of the black people, but some of that stuff you see is like it could have been avoided. Mm-hmm. Because, like the cop just said, yo, let me see your license and registration.
Right.
And proof of insurance. Oh, man, see, why you pull me over? It's because I'm black. Hold on, let me get my phone out. Right. Let me get my phone out and record this because, I feel like my rights is getting violated. Right. No, all he asked you was for your license, your registration, and proof of insurance. Well, why did you pull me over? Because you're riding around smoking weed. It smells like weed in here. And you got guns in the car. And the tag is expired. That's why he pulled you over. He didn't pull you over because, because it was one dude, they was in a Chick-fil-A parking lot in the drive-thru. The cop was in the drive-thru too. Right. And the cop was like, hey, I pulled you because I smell, a strong smell of weed coming out of your car. Right. And so when you seen it?
No, sir. I just, if I may, I just had to chime in because you could be riding down the highway. I know I ain't got no weed or nothing in my car, but if another car passes you, you can actually smell the weed in your car, as if something's in your car. Right. And then they wonder why you get pulled over. Right. Because it's just that obvious. It's loud.
Mm-hmm. and that's what the cop said. He's like, look, man, look, man, and I watched it. I watched this one. It was, I'm good. He was like, I was in the drive-through. I smelled the weed that was coming out your car. It's pretty loud, man. But I'm not worried about the weed or nothing like that. Just let me get your registration, proof of insurance, and if everything comes back cool, you're free to go.
Right.
So, the cops run everything. The cops like, yo, who's this car? Whose car is this? Yeah. Hold on. Can I get your badge number, sir?
Oh,
it's like now you escalated it to a point where now you're like, oh, I want to see a supervisor. I want to see that. So finally, when the cops check your license, you got a suspended license. They tell you to get out. This story, they check the damn glove compartment. Is 2 guns in there.
Damn.
2 guns and a extended clip in the side thing. Then they open up. Then he got a bag. He got a book bag in there. Open it up and it's full of weed and coke.
Damn.
Now in those situations, I'm like, damn. I mean, it's kind of hard to, to support our side here because you're giving them so much. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, these are the things that saying like we have to definitely change about ourselves.
Yeah, right.
It's and that's why I speak out against Black Lives Matter and things like that, because it's like, why are we trying to force the oppressor to see that our lives matter when we have to start realizing that our lives matter amongst us?
Right.
And that's what we do here in Isupk is we teach brothers and sisters about how great they were and where they come from, to give them their heritage and their culture and things like that, so that we can understand how great we are, right? So then our lives will matter to each other. Like the brothers and sisters in here, our lives matter. We understand that our lives matter, right? But we don't go and try to tell the oppressor that our lives matter because we could care less what the hell he thinks. You know what I'm saying? And look, and just Black Lives Matter probably would be more effective if they was like, we're going to be against drug dealing, or we're going to be against, gangs and things like that, or we're going to put a Black man back in the household again. We're going to put a Hispanic man back in the household again with his kids, right? And we're going to do those things, and that's going to be the movement, but it's not. I did an update.
That shit zoomed up all the way up on you too.
I did an update, and it's still.
The camera said, "What the brother is saying is so heavy."
What he's saying, he dropping it so heavy. The brother's dropping it so heavy right now.
The camera was in the spirit.
Yeah. So that was really all I had to say on that, man. But all in all, it's what we do here is, we teach our brothers and sisters, man, how to be safe, man,
Right.
how to, be able to be serious about, our lives. And we can't do it, as a whole, because we have these people that are just there to just block everybody from doing it. They want people to keep getting killed at the Dollar Tree.
Right.
They want people to keep getting killed at the mall. You know what I mean? They want us to not be vigilant, because instead of us worrying about what we should be worrying about, we're worrying about each other. That's it. Just worrying about each other. And hopefully, man, like the name of this class was like, how long? Let me get Proverbs 1:22, and I'm gonna end it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like like how long are we gonna follow foolish people?
That's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
Simplicity is the presidential candidate coming and eating chicken with you. Chicken and
hot sauce.
Yeah, hot sauce and watermelon. He'll eat a piece of watermelon. He probably never eat it ever in a year. But he'll eat the watermelon with you because we love simplicity. We love Instagram posts and Twitter feeds. We love, all of that kind of stuff that means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. You ever want to say something, talk about?
I was about to say Christianity is very simplistic. Right. Simple. You know what I mean? It's nothing hard to it. All you gotta do is just say the blood of Jesus.
Right.
Literally, that's all you gotta do is just like, I've watched so many debates where they just say, well, all I gotta do is just believe on Christ. Like, what the hell does that even mean? Just to believe what? Believe what?
Mm-hmm.
believe he did what? You know what I'm saying? Like, just believe on Christ. Like, what the hell is believe on something?
Yeah. I be telling the black people at my job, like, look, man, y'all better, take heed to what I'm saying, because I'm not gonna be here forever.
Right.
I'm not gonna be here forever. Like, you know how scripture say, when you leave, they're gonna know that a prophet was among them.
Right.
Because a lot of people take it for granted what we go out and do. Right. We go out every week and we go on, and people they take that for granted. Like, oh yeah, they just gonna be out here next week, and I'll decide to get myself right because I got some time. You know what I mean? Like the general said, how the hell do you know how much time you got? Who the hell knows how much time anybody got? Nobody knows that.
They're making an FBI profile right up on you. Like, I could be here in a while. Like he just said, what he's about to do.
Yeah.
He was just talking about.
Yeah.
Blowing us up.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be here. I ain't gonna be here to get that with you.
Poison the water.
I ain't gonna be here all the time. So, get in class and do what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And take that step to change yourself and be what the Lord called you to be. Right? Instead of just being, a filthy, disgusting, couch potato. Right? That's what it comes down to. And yeah, women can be couch potatoes too. Right? Then you just put it all off on the men. Yeah, you can be one too. Feet can stink just as bad.
Oh, shit.
So look, hopefully, with this class, this, a lot of things that were said that were, hurtful to some people, but they were necessary. All right. And so what we're going to do is we're going to end the class out. Unless anybody in here got a question or whatever. They're ready to go.
They keep doing it.
Yeah. Oh, damn, this stand camera is just. And I did an update. The update was where it really took it over, like out of control.
Them Jones only work with Captain Desire wound up. I've been trying to do that in class. Like, zoom in.
Right,
Follow me. Shit.
They don't do nothing. It only do something like when I move my head. Like that. All right, no sweat. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the class over to Precinct Officer Mataziala.
Isupk security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and share themselves of the world. They need transportation, teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew, Ma'ashra. That's 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest funds, free will offering for the priests. It's not mandatory. It's whatever amount you like to donate. Upcoming holy convocations, we have the memorial, blowing of trumpets, which is Friday, September 15th. It will be held in Smyrna, Delaware. And if you're traveling out of the country, make sure you have all your arrangements set for the Feast of Tabernacles, which will be held over across the pond, as our brothers would say.
So the Day of Atonement is what, September the 25th, right? The Day of Atonement is coming up too. Next month.
That is coming up. That is right after the memorial blowing the trumpet.
So our brothers to be vigilant about them pistols. Don't pull up to the airport with the goddamn gun and that stuff happens. We forget that day in our luggage. We forget that day it's on our hip, even, you know what I mean? Especially trying to go out the country.
Yeah, right. You want to make sure you have everything in order.
Yeah.
And like Adawan said about the Day of Atonement, that will be right after the memorial blowing the trumpet. You know what I mean? Be ready to afflict your soul. So, September 24th. On September 24th is the Day of Atonement. So September 15th we have the memorial blowing the trumpets. September 24th we will have the Day of Atonement. All right. Which is this is yearly. These are our high holy days. All right.
Showing no gun.
Nothing. Day of Atonement. Be prepared to let nothing pass through if you have to take medication. Of course, you can take your medications. You can brush your teeth.
Yeah,
whatnot,
brushing.
You know.
Damn, brush your teeth.
Brush.
Trying to drink the water.
Right. But you cannot consume anything for 24 hours. All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, Minivision Major, Shabbat, Major, Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Shabbat.
Yazmatah, sorry, when you turn to Sister Major, we're gonna give Sister courtesy salute. Minivision Major Shabbat, Major, Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Shabbat.
Yazmatah, class dismissed.
You got a nice